Ole, 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 ole. What a World Cup match day that has been. We had 3 matches on and definitely saved the very best for very last. We had Spain taking on Portugal in a thrilling match. I was sitting down screaming at the TV. Sarah Chando, who is also from the news team here, was bawling at her TV. And everyone, once you're a Spanish or a Portuguese football fan, you would have been screaming at your TV. That was a fantastic game. It ended 3-3. Loads of goals, but one name would stick out from this entire encounter, and that's Cristiano Ronaldo. The man scored a hat-trick to help Portugal save themselves and come away with a point from what was an incredible matchup. Sharada, I totally agree with you. That was a fabulous game of football. Costa and Nacho scored for Spain. Costa scored twice, Nacho scored 1. But Ronaldo started off with a penalty and he ended off with a fabulous free kick. One of the best free kicks I've seen in a long time. Just curled it around the wall. The man on the wall tried to get his head to it, moved his head, missed the ball, couldn't get there. Neither could the goalkeeper, David De Gea. Poor fella, he made a mistake and gave away a goal in the first half of the match. Gave Portugal a free goal, basically. A ball that's supposed to be bubbling straight into his hand, bounced off, went into the back of the net. He thought that maybe when Nacho scored that was all forgotten. Spain were up by a goal, but then Cristiano Ronaldo, right at the death of this match, scored what was a stunning free kick, and I can't stress that enough. Cristiano Ronaldo with a hat-trick there, saving Portugal's blushes and ensuring that they came away with at least a point from what would have been a fantastic matchup. Just like Sharda is saying, it was almost like a finals, a very strong rivalry between these two teams, both Spain and Portugal. They live next to each other, they are next door neighbors to each other, and this game definitely showed that rivalry is very real. So a fabulous game. There was some questions being asked about the penalty for Ronaldo, whether or not it should have been, but you know, it's all said and done now, and looking back on it, of course, hindsight would be 20/20, and you can say what you want now, but in the game it was given a penalty, he converted and ended up scoring 3 goals. Yeah, Spain definitely thought that they could have contained him. Spain themselves having gone through quite a lot in the past few days. They lost their head coach because he took a job from Real Madrid and didn't tell anybody. Spain's football federation found out after the fact, and they were like, you know, dude, this is not good. Julian, you've got to go. They brought in Fernando Hierro, former Real Madrid player, to take on this game. And a funny stat that was pointed out during the game is that Fernando Hierro, in his 3 games for Spain as a player playing against Portugal, they all ended in draws, and this one did as well. So it seems as though his history repeated itself tonight. Earlier on, there was another game that took place. It was 2 games actually. Morocco took on Iran. That game ended, it was looking like it was going to end 0-0, but in the 95th minute, very last few minutes of the game, Morocco scored an own goal and gave Iran what turned out to be a very easy victory in the end, because point is now that they've taken the 3 points, and that's what's important in this group stage. It's not about who scores the most goals, it's not about who defended the best, it's about who wins the most matches or gets the most points. Whether you get 3 points, 6 points, whatever, the point is you got to get the points. So that was Morocco and Iran. Then earlier on, there was Egypt taking on Uruguay. Now, a lot of persons had their eyes glued on this match, looking for one thing in particular, and that's the return of Mo Salah. Salah would have been injured during the Champions League final, in which he played for Liverpool against Real Madrid, and there was some talk maybe about him getting back in time for this very first game. There was always some doubt. He was on the bench, however, he was not brought on, he didn't play at all. And Egypt eventually lost that match 1-0. Jose Jimenez, he eventually scored for the Uruguayans to give them the full 3 points from that matchup. So there's a lot that happening, and football definitely is the talk of the town now. Today has to be one of the hottest days in terms of the competition in a World Cup finals. Spain versus Portugal, that match was just absolutely crazy. crazy. There was so many things happening, and you can see the stadium just going mad with delight. Some persons were screaming at their players that they were supporting. Some were looking like they were on the verge of crying, and then the Spanish fans were on the verge of celebrating. And then Cristiano Ronaldo came on to basically take that dream away, and they ended up sharing the spoils. 3-3 it finished, and each team leaving with a point. So that's your recap for today. Look out in the comments. I'll just give you a reminder of the games that are coming up tomorrow, and of course you can look out for another one of these recaps tomorrow as well. So we will bring you all the action in case you missed it, in case you didn't get to look at it on TV. We're trying to bring you all the excitement, which is why I started off by singing Ole Ole Ole. My singing voice isn't the best, I apologize for that, but it was just so much intensity happening at the very end of that match that I knew I just had to bring it over into this video, just in case for some reason you weren't able to take a look at that match. But I tell you, if you can, you need to go and find highlights of that match between Spain and Portugal. Totally outshadowed both matches both of the other matches that were played today, Spain versus Portugal, and that rivalry, I know, continues to live on, especially in the light of this matchup that took place today. So that's it for Just Kicking It. We'll have another episode of Just Kicking It at the end of the very next match day of this World Cup, which is of course tomorrow, and we'll bring you all the recaps and tell you a little bit about what's to come on the very next match day. But that's it for now. Thank you very much for joining us for this episode of Just Kicking It.